What felt like a useless piece of advice until you actually tried it? This too shall pass. On those days when I just feel like I can't take it, I think of that, and I know tomorrow will be different. Someone once told me, tomorrow may not be better, but at least it'll be different. In a strange way, that too is comforting. Once begun is half done. I'm a terrible procrastinator by nature. I've totally done that. Well, now it's 5:02, so I have to wait until 6 to start cleaning. And I like making things seem like so much work that I can't possibly do them unless I take time off work. In reality, if you just start a project without thinking about it, you can get everything done in like 15 minutes a day, and it's never really that bad. My dad always told me, ask away. The worst they can say is no, when buying something or when I needed something from another person. Seems stupid to ask if I was sure they would say no, but I was also a socially anxious kid. Turns out that advice has helped me with school, with raises, with people in general, with plans, with new friends. Another thing, a stupid question is better than a stupid mistake. There's what you need, there's what you want, and there's what you can't afford. My dad says this all the time, and I never thought of it as useless. I just never used it. Now I have, and my money is far easier to manage. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Jay-Z. Keeping my shoulders back. It was a suggestion I saw for preventing panic and anxiety. I don't know what it is, but when your shoulders are in that position, it gives some strange feeling of control. I also read somewhere that during panic attacks, the body basically wants to curl into a fetal position for protection. So I feel like focusing on keeping your arms down and shoulders back is a conscious way to go against that and stay grounded in reality. Works for me, could work for you. It opens up your airway because your chest isn't being smothered by your tensed shoulders. You can get full breaths. Your gums bleed when you floss because you don't floss enough. Turns out if you floss enough, your gums won't be inflamed, so they don't bleed when you floss. It's true, or at least get an electric toothbrush. The source? I'm a dental hygienist. That forest app. It grows a tree for up to 2 hours, and during that time you can't access any apps you think will distract you. If you want to open a distracting app, you'd have to kill your tree. All your trees, dead or alive, appear in a little forest. I've always had trouble motivating myself to focus on homework and not look at Reddit or YouTube, but this app is just enough guilt to not open them. I haven't killed anything yet, and I'm surprised at how much I can care about a small virtual tree. People told me about it, and I just completely assumed I would never use it, or it wouldn't work for me considering how distractible I am. But it works wonders. Putting cold water on freshly shaved skin will make it so you don't get ingrown hairs. Some of the best advice I've ever received. How is this not common knowledge? I've struggled with ingrown hairs from shaving for years, and no one ever recommended this. Not even my doctor. So much aggravation I could have avoided with one tip. If you can tell that someone is going to hit you, tilt your head down. Teeth don't grow back. Your jaw is lights out. If they punch the top of your skull, they'll probably break their hand. Always be drunk. As someone with a phobia of needles my entire life, I finally, 30 years in, had a nurse tell me to ask for a spare alcohol pad and sniff it right as I'm about to get jabbed. She said the harsh smell is enough of a distraction to keep your mind off the needle. I was there for a flu shot, so I got to try it out right away. I wasn't expecting much, but it worked. I've been doing it ever since and have no trouble with shots or blood draws now, which is huge for someone they triggered panic attacks and near fainting in before. Cleaning your house before leaving for more than 5 days. Nothing is better than coming to a clean house. I travel a lot for work and can sometimes be gone for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. There is nothing worse than finally coming home and remembering how bad you left the place. I learned this real quick and make a point to clean up before I leave. Compliment people behind their backs. Sounds stupid, but it works wonders. I'd never say this to her face, but she's a wonderful person and a gifted artist. Life is really much easier if you clean your workplace or room. I clean my room often and it makes me feel calm and clears my head. No greater feeling than coming home to a clean bedroom after working late. Practice gratitude. Grateful people are happy people. You're not hungry, you're thirsty. I would eat a big meal and wonder why I still felt hungry. It's because I wasn't drinking a glass of water with my meal. Now, if I notice I'm hungry after eating normal portions, I have a glass of water and wait 5 minutes before I continue eating. If you feel like quitting, then just tell yourself that the story doesn't end this way. Sounds cliche, but you decide when your story ends when you stop trying. You may fail, but you will not fail today. Don't let the story end this way. Flip a coin and choose the one you're hoping for. I don't even have to flip a coin now, and I'm way more decisive. I do this a lot, and it works amazingly well. You don't know what you really want unless you're put under pressure, even if said pressure is as small as a coin flip. Bribe yourself with fun things to do the not so fun things. Today, I was tired after work, but I got a little care package in the mail, so I made myself go on the 2.5 mile run I didn't want to before I could open the package. Now I'm refreshed and happy that I did the thing I was pseudo-dreading, and I have a fun care package to open. Directly expressing my needs instead of hinting. That's secret number 1 for a successful, long-lasting marriage. Number 2 is, marriage is work, but it's worth it. Don't suffer future pain. In other words, worrying about all the stuff that could happen stops you from doing things, and worse, turns potential pain into actual worry and mental pain. Exercising helps with depression and anxiety. It's not a cure-all, and I needed to be on meds to get to the point where I could do it, but it really does help me. I've been off my meds now for over a year. Under doctor supervision, don't stop taking your meds unless you run it by your doctor. And when I can't exercise for a few days, I can feel the depression and anxiety coming back. Now, instead of going through a million things I did wrong in my head, I run for 3 miles or lift some heavy shit. Unclench your jaw, open your hands, drop your shoulders, and breathe in. Pay bills, save, then spend. In regards to saving, I was always told, pay your bills, pay yourself, then spend. One day at a time. It's been helping me stay focused in the now. My grandma, rest her soul, gave me a similar piece of advice, but with a variant. If you feel like you can't survive a week, focus on getting through one day. 1 day too much? 1 hour. Too much? 1 minute. Whatever it takes, if you can survive one, you can survive another. Turn it off and turn it back on. This applies to everything that has a computer or any sort of electronic. People laugh at me when I ask them, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Not taking your cell phone into bed with you. After a while, you'll sleep much easier without the distraction and blue light shining straight into your eyes before bed. Sounds like a good idea. Me on my phone in bed at 10 p.m. Drink water, drink more water, never stop drinking water. That's it. Now it's your turn. Like this video and then comment below which is your favorite piece of advice.